Hey! It's the first ever Lockdown Quarantine special! This episode, we will exclusively reveal which member of the podcast has contracted the virus, as well as discuss a card game sometimes. Woo! Here we go!
Podcast. Podcast.
It's time once again for the Podcast Puzzler segment. It can't leave the podcast due to the lockdown, so it's still here. This week, banana bread. Why? Fucking why? Stop! Stuck at home? Nothing to do? Seen all the TV shows? All the films? Have you Netflixed and chilled so much you literally cannot chill no more? I understand. I am there for you. I have the answer. The Children of Avalanche is here for you. Yes, with the small price of the commitment of your entire life and being, the Children of Avalanche will take you in, give you a place of shelter, and teach you the ways of the great god, Heverzerviger, whose existence in nature you will learn about. We ask for almost nothing, except your all, literally. Come join us today. That's right, today, even in this pandemic, with all the lockdown. Well, we are exempt because we are protected by our great Lord and Saviour. And frankly, this virus is just a lie presented by the state who seek to imprison you and call their numbers. Horrific. But nothing could be more joyous than the Children of Avalanche. Check our website for details on how to join. Thank you, and be safe. Things are happening. Maybe. Online stuff. Tournaments. Japan is doing stuff. Kurosawa got a Twitter. Is that news? Maybe. No. It's TFE Talk. What is this segment going to be? I have no idea.
Is that it? We have no setup for this week?
There's not a massive amount to talk about, let's be honest.
Yeah, not really.
We could just say, in the vein of every event for 2020, that this segment's basically been postponed.
You'd think with lockdown we'd have more members here, but apparently not.
No, they're all out
Somehow
doing
we have
stuff.
less. Somehow we have less.
Yeah, we have less than normal.
Rob's playing fucking online locals, and I don't know what everyone else is doing. Okay, well, we can talk about TCG League, I guess.
Yeah, okay, let's talk about TCG League.
So it's a weird one. So like Tim, I don't know his last name. Is running a TCG League online, has like cool prizes and stuff, bunch of divisions, but they're doing weird formats. So it's pretty much finished now. Like it's going into top 32. But like this week you could only have 2 of any card, and then last week it was 15 jobs, and that's garbage. Never do that again, thanks. And then the week before that it was like L3, and the week before that was standard. There's some cool decks, but it's hard to know anything about it because the format changes every week. There's still no like, this is the best deck, because everyone's playing different shit every week.
Did they skip over title?
Yeah, no title. They did.
Fucking great.
They did ban Valor 4 in the top 32.
That's pretty weak.
Play mono decks, but not really mono decks. Just
Like the majority, isn't it?
35?
35 of one colour.
35, yeah. Which is it's fine.
Do you just play WAF or some shit at that point? You can probably do that, right?
You can play pretty much every deck, to be honest with you. You get a weird color split, but because of how the divisions work, I went X2 in my division, and I probably still won't make it. Because
You might make it if you just believe in yourself, though. That's the real thing.
Oh, yeah.
Gotta get animated, bro.
I don't believe in myself at all. I don't know. It's hard to talk about Opus 11 because there's no... Like, obviously you can say, this deck is good because I played it and it's good, but then you're like, well, there's been no big events, so how am I supposed to know?
Yeah.
You know?
The problem is my view of what is good and not at the moment is really skewed by the fact that I really like FF7, and also I'm effectively, literally playing the kitchen table meta. It's just me and my wife playing. I don't really play online much, unless it's against Yo. So, yeah, events, please. I'm really annoyed that I bought 3 full art clouds like the first time I ever splashed on a deck, and all of the events got cancelled.
You get to play it, yeah. Well,
Thanks,
in
Obama.
positive news, Opus 12 got delayed, so you'll be able to play Opus 11 eventually.
Yeah, well, I'm hoping he's going to be playable for more than one set, right? I can dream.
Well, it depends. We haven't seen anything from Opus 12 yet. We've seen some art,
Yeah.
I guess.
I think it's going to be a long time before they even start teasing spoilers as well, if they delayed the set.
Yeah, now I have about 6 months to maybe get like a game in. It's pretty good.
Yeah. Well, it's really hard on Octagon too, because people don't take it seriously, obviously, and the Player quality is pretty low generally.
People just fucking quit if it's going badly.
Get salty.
Yeah, they do. They do. People hard
cool.
mull into a bad hand. They're like, all right, go next. No worries.
Yeah. Cool. I got 3 backups down by Tan too. Oh, sweet. You've reset the game. Cool. Thanks.
Yeah. Should we talk about anything? Is there anything going on? Is there any drama? Oh, there's card creator everywhere. Cool.
I appreciate that it exists.
We're gonna cut this
Fuck
out.
off.
Cool idea. Please stop posting it on my Facebook. Keep it to the fucking group, thanks.
It's literally everywhere.
I like it when they get the wording wrong.
Oh my god, every single one of them. See if I read a card and your wording's bad, I'm deleting you from my life. That goes for anybody. Just so you know. Even me. Even if I get the wording wrong, I'm deleting myself from my life.
What if they're like, oh, the wording's bad, and then it turns out it's just literally copy-pasted from the original advanced rules.
Next month's podcast will be 5 minutes, everybody. Just so you know.
Yeah, I mean, the hard part is we've already also talked about all our decks. Hey, can we plug the article? Go read the article about our decks.
Yeah, go read all the Crystarium articles that are coming out. There's been some good ones.
There's some good ones.
I might write some then at some point.
I can write some more on some decks. I played some decks. I'll tell you this, everyone out there, be wary of Mono Lightning. It's a real deck again. That's all. That's the only advice I've got. It's very good. That's some good shit.
Yeah, I think I've got the stuff to build it, but I don't have the willpower, which is the key ingredient. Like, there's no point building anything in paper.
If you got Nyx, you got the cards to build it. You did it.
No, I've got everything. I think I've only got 2 Kuja though. That's probably fine.
No, get 3, man. But yeah, I mean, you can probably run it. It doesn't really matter. Just be good.
But yeah, I've got my deck sorted for I say I've got my deck sorted for this format. I've got what I want to play for this format, but it might end up being different depending on how wide a match.
It's a cool set. It's a cool set. It's a really cool set. It's really unfortunate the world is the way it is. But
I've never used as many cards from a set before.
Right?
Like usually it's like 2 or 3 things from a color for a deck. Whereas
normally
this
I force them in, right, to try and test new cards. But now it's like I just want to play them because they're good cards.
Yeah. I think obviously FF7 stuff. I just want to use all that, except from the new Barrett, the Earth one, which is fucking dog shit.
Yeah, but he's got a good S name. It's not even good. It's just got a good name.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, being able to say that in a setting with other people around to hear you is
Tap for 8, Pitch Barrett, Ungamax.
It does need an umlaut over the U. That's the only way it could get better.
Do you think this is going to harm the game?
With the extension, I think maybe, yeah.
Definitely possible, right?
So there's a few people I know that have switched to card games with proper digital options. I don't know, but I assume they'll come back once like stores reopen and things like that.
It's one of those
having
things
an official
that,
digital option kind of sucks right now.
It's all well and good to be like, yeah, we'll come back. Like obviously we will go back to the game, but some people will just be like, I didn't really miss it that much, you know. Like I was forced
100%.
not to play for a while, and then it's fine. So it definitely can could hurt the game.
That's certainly going to be more true the longer the game the longer the delay goes, the longer that we're just not being unable to play major events.
Yeah. Well, even like local game stores will like cop it pretty hard at the moment, right? They get like no income, so even if a few of them shut down and then there's nowhere to play, and
I mean, it does give them an opportunity to do a really big relaunch though, because you could tell they were going a bit more hard with the advertising for this Opus because of like there was a leaflet inside every physical copy of 7 Remake pitching the card game, things like that. So that's all gone to fucking waste.
Yeah, I was going to say that's unfortunate because like the game got delayed, but then I actually think it was fine that the game got delayed because then the stuff was already out in the wild, so people can get that stuff and then buy it. But now this has happened, so lol.
Yeah, it'll be sad if this is the reason the game dies, right? Game comes with, in my opinion, the best set they've done, and then due to things out of their control, like it just dies. Like it's all well and good to be like, well, they should have an online option. Well, you know, they can't see this far ahead, and they can't make an online just like that, right? So.
It's also maybe just not the player base to support it. I mean, Bushiroad tried it with Vanguard, who has way more players than this, and it didn't work. And now it's Bushiroad, so who the fuck knows if it was good or bad and whatever. But they tried it and they didn't work out. Now I think they have a mobile option, so maybe that's the way to go.
Yeah, a couple of friends of mine have played Vanguard on mobile. But I guess FF has players that play like a bunch of gacha games and shit already, right? So they could, even if you're just like, come play the card game, and if you do, here's a character for your gacha game.
No, that sounds about right. I mean, it's got people playing that new War of the Visions thing.
Yeah, people like them. I don't get it, but
all of your favorite characters from Final Fantasy TCG.
Yeah, like who's special art just for TCG? Chocobo, Warrior, etc.
Knight.
Characters that
Paladin.
nobody gives a shit about otherwise, like Illua.
Yeah.
White Mage.
But I mean, the game's not going to get cancelled. You know, if anything, it's just going to get postponed.
Just like everything else in the world.
I'm riding that joke until it dies. Sorry, until it gets postponed. See, keeps giving. It's a good one.
I'm cutting that out of the podcast, then it will be really cancelled.
No, it'll be postponed until the end where you put all the clips and shit on.
Have you ever listened to this podcast? That's not how this man edits.
I hit it. Great, shut up.
So yeah, game's good. Not many
Yeah.
events. That's not good.
Yeah, no event sucks. Game is really good. If you haven't played 11 yet, I implore you, play Octagon, play Untap, play some shit, whatever. Just fuck around with the cards. So it's really cool cards. That's all. That's all I have.
One cost difference, great.
One cost fucking Dramalech, however you say. I don't know how to pronounce that word. Fuck, that card's busted. Well, it's not busted. It's just really
I
good.
don't even know what it does. I'm going to look it up now.
It does same thing as Ifrit, but only to active. But it does a 6k as a base.
Yeah, that's cool. I like that. I can dig it.
Kills a lot of shit at the moment. A lot of people are playing small stuff. So.
Yeah, absolutely. It's really nice to be able to kill like random shit like Kanyatso with no kind of investment at all.
It's also really
Goes
nice
for
like
their
the
turn,
X
cool.
sometimes. You just yeah, nice.
Kucha spell, by the way, in testing has been a fucking monster. Like as a one-off, I can't believe how much I like that card right now.
The no reduce thing.
Yeah.
I haven't run into anyone playing reduce effects yet, so I'm sure I've still put it in a bunch of fire decks.
My
But I
wife's
don't think
very
I've-
much on mono water at the moment, so
Yeah, I have never
Yeah.
activated the effect. I've never seen Stola, I've never seen Minwu. I'm sure like there's no reason not to put it in though.
when people get more bored and go back to like Windwater, you're probably gonna like see it with a bit more use.
Yeah, Windwater's good cards.
Adramilek.
Yeah, it's a good card.
Oh, Roth.
Roth.
If I build mono, I might put them.
Brandon Roth.
Well, the other thing is lightning summons kind of suck. So.
Yeah,
That's true. That's true.
summons in general. Let's be honest.
Yeah, this is true. I like the Ifrit too. It's good. I just being able to do little bits is alright.
Alright.
What a podcast!
What a fucking podcast. I'd like to blame that we have less people, but I don't really. Unless we had Eureka, no one would be able to say anything.
But it's not even like events or deck lists to talk about, are there really?
There's been a couple of those Japanese Discord tournaments.
Well, that's the thing. Like, he could probably talk about that.
Yeah, well, yeah, obviously none of us have played in them. There's some cool decks coming out of it. Like one of them, he won with an L3 deck, even though it was a standard event.
It's a bit of a flex.
Cool cards. Yeah, that guy's a cool. He came to a Gunslinger event once. He's a cool guy. Has some really cool decks. But that's all I have.
Hi. Yo here. We here at the Podcast have an exciting opportunity for you. That's right, we are now accepting submissions for ads. All you need to do is sign up to our Patreon for 6 months at the $100 tier or above, and you can get access to our ad builder, which we will be releasing in beta soon. You'll then be able to build an ad for the show, and then we'll put it in the show for a high fee. It couldn't be easier. Alright, it's the end of the podcast. In lockdown was me, Yo, Esifar, others that are not Nado. Never Nado.
Definitely.
It's time to sign off once again with the podcast iconic / signature saying, I can say with 100% confidence, without getting advice from other sources, that I am the rules. Bye! This will be like a 5-minute podcast. Easy. Go server. I have read the rulebook and the FAQ. Can edge attack?
An edge attack.
Can't prove attacking intent.